Yeah, we official. We official. Just got in. It's about almost 4 o'clock right now. Just want to make a quick video right quick. Touchdown, 11-hour drive. I'm here, about to go see Joe. About to go holler at him. Get the game plan ready for this week. We have to be there bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow, and then the first practice I believe is tomorrow at 9:30. So we're gonna be going hot and heavy. I'm going out to get my pen and pad to write a whole bunch of names down. I intentionally didn't post any kind of prospects or anything like that this week or the last week. I got the all 22 and I wanted to show film, but I feel like I didn't want my views being poisoned because I know people are already pushing out players and their things, their attributes, their what they can really add to the team. I kind of just been chilling because I wanted to wait till I got here, and so my mind isn't poisoned by any other thoughts from anybody else. My thoughts aren't, moved by anybody else. So I'm going hard tonight, get my whole list together, and then videos tomorrow. We'll break down the positions, the players. You'll be able to see some good tape and get some good video for y'all. Interviews. I got to see a lot of the players today when I checked in and got my media credentials. A lot of the players were up there today looking at film. So I was very excited. So I'm very excited to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is beyond the Cowboys with me. I'm trying to do bigger things. You feel me? Got some opportunities on the table right now, and I'm really trying to make some moves. It's a little bit bigger than the Cowboys right now. Keep it real. But I did want to talk about something before I got off of here. It's the firestorm that's been going on with Jesse Holley. I'm sure everybody talked about it. All the content creators, we've seen it everywhere. It was on Law's show about, how Jesse basically called Micah the most selfish player on the team. And a lot of people been coming at Jesse's neck for that. Hard. That's my dog. I'll go against Jesse. It don't matter if he's my dog or not. He know that, and he'll do it to me. But in this particular case, I ain't killing Jesse on this one. That word selfish was strong, but if you understand how he said it, I don't think it was terrible for the player. I don't think he was disrespecting Micah if you understood what he was talking about. Because guess what? We did a final word before Jesse Holley even said this. We did a final word, and me and Boss already said something to this line. We didn't come out and say he was straight selfish, but me and Boss said the same thing. Boss had a show with Tuck, and Tuck was like, Micah can do it. And Boss was like, I know he can do it, but does he want to do it? And I even challenged Tuck as well, because I was like, we know he can be a linebacker. We know he can do whatever he wants. He's that good. But does he want to do it? I tweeted Tuck that, does he want to do it? And Tuck tweeted me back, yeah, he can. Yeah, I think he can. And then we did a final word that night. And we talked about it because it was the big talk about Micah moving from defensive end back to off-ball linebacker. That was the big talk. Okoye, Tuck, all those guys were talking about it. We did a final word, and me and Boss stood on what we said. We both said we know Micah. Because first of all, Micah was drafted. Micah, when he came out of high school, he was a defensive end. One of the top defensive ends in the nation. He went to Penn State. They converted him to linebacker. He went crazy, right? But when they drafted him, they didn't draft him as a defensive end. They drafted him as a linebacker. We needed linebacker help. They drafted him as a dynamic linebacker. When everybody was comparing him to LT wasn't a defensive end. He was that pass rushing linebacker that could do whatever. And that's what Micah was doing until D-Law got hurt. When D-Law got hurt, he went to the edge and turned up. And when you listen what Jesse was saying, that's the same thing me and Boss had said. We just didn't say selfish. We said the same thing. We just didn't say selfish. But we both said Micah can be one of the best linebackers out there. But we also said, me and Boss, I'll say me, because I don't want to just put Boss in everything. I'm going to say me. This is what I said about Micah. After they lost, I made a video about this as well. You can go back and check my video. And I was questioning his leadership. I'm not dogging. And see, we always have to apologize to players because people in the media or people on these Twitter streets or people up in these Cowboys starting this stuff out there because you say something about a player and then they go talking trash, and I don't like that. They started because nobody is like dogging Micah. I didn't see Jesse dogging Micah. What he was saying to me was the same thing me and Boss said, that when you play linebacker, what he was playing, he didn't have the green dot. It was the curse. LVE. He didn't have the green dot because that's a lot of responsibility. If you're playing a middle linebacker, which he could, you are the quarterback of the defense. You're putting people, putting people in their spots, you're putting people in their sets, you're getting people lined up, you are identifying when that play starts, you're identifying the play, and that's a lot of responsibility. You have to study. Like, you have to study that opponent like no other. You have to know where everybody's at. Like, you're a major force. Like, you are the man. But you're not going to get those sacks. You're going to get a lot of tackles, but you're not going to get those sacks. And let's keep it real. It's not no hate. Michael won sacks. That's how you get paid. You get paid off sacks. Linebacker, you're not going to make as much money as a defensive end. You're not. And Michael likes getting after the quarterback. 13 sacks first year, 13 and a half, second, 14 last year, this past season. And he was mainly from the edge. And he even said earlier this year when he was, he said, I'm getting bigger and bulkier so I can be a full-time edge rusher. And Dan Quinn said, no, you're not a full-time edge rusher. You're a pass rushing linebacker. So right there was a conflict. And then after that Cardinals game, when I questioned Micah's leadership, because after that game, they interviewed him, and he was saying, like, well, what do you feel about the other players? Like, what was going on with that line? Why were they doing this and why were they doing that? And, his response was, hey, I don't know. I'm doing my job. I'm reading my keys. I'm doing my job. I don't really know what's going on back there. I'm focused on what I need to do. Right there, I was like, if you're the leader of the defense, you can't be saying that. I said that in a video. You can't say that. So that was, to me, saying, I'm worried about what I'm doing. I ain't got time to worry about that. But if you the man and you the leader, you got to worry about what everybody else is doing. And the main thing that I said was I didn't see the leadership right there. And then it felt to me like he just wanted to get sacks. Like, that's where he's going to get paid. That's where you're going to get your big money from, D-Law. This ain't no shade on D-Law, but where did D-Law get his money? D-Law got his money from sacks. I hear all the people, and we know who, that say that just sweat D-Law like no other with his run ability. He's great in the run game. He ain't getting no sacks, though. But guess what? As much as everybody talks about D-Law and how he's great in the run game, which he is that what got D-Law paid? Is that what got D-Law paid? No, it didn't. That's not what got D-Law paid. Him having 800 tackles didn't get him, that's not what got him his contract. You know who got paid? When he had 14 sacks his contract year, and he came back and got 10 sacks. That's what, 24 sacks in 2 years, that's what got his money. He ain't smelt that since. He ain't came close to it since. But that's what got him his money. And Micah's going to break the bank because he's an all-world player. But you get more money at edge than linebacker. You going to tell me them Cowboys won't try to play him if they keep him at linebacker to try to curve him with that money. That's what Dallas does. It don't matter if he's Micah Parsons. They're going to do it to everybody. You feel me? And the best way they try to get out of money is put you in a spot where it's going to be less pay. That's why he wants to get them sets, because he wants to get that bread. And what Jesse Holley was saying was, I don't know if Micah wants to really study like that and do that. He wants to get them sacks. He wants to get paid. He don't want that responsibility. And me and Boss had talked about that as well. Like, we know he can be one of the greatest linebackers ever. Ever. Factual. Everybody knows that. But does he want to do it? And it doesn't look like he does. It doesn't look like it. It looks like he wants to stay on that edge and get them sacks, get that money. He don't got to think. When you're rushing that edge, it ain't a lot of thinking right there. It's a couple keys and that's it. Your linebacker is a lot more responsibility. And I just think he was saying he don't want that responsibility. What's wrong with that? Him saying it's selfish. I mean, when you're looking at it, isn't it? And nobody's saying he doesn't help players. He doesn't work out with the players. Nobody says he doesn't do that. But we're talking about for the team to be in betterment. Playing that linebacker position when we ain't got it, you have to sacrifice for the team. And it seems like he don't want to do that from the outside looking in. From me, that's what I said. That ain't dogging Micah. That ain't saying I don't like Micah. That ain't saying I don't love Micah. You're allowed to say something about a player. It's like you could say something about me at my job. No one is above anything. But what happens is so many people want to get friendly with these players. You feel me? And then when you get friendly with players, because I know I tried to be friendly with the players when I first started my podcast, first couple years. I was friendly as hell, trying to meet all the players, rub elbows with all of them, get cool with all of them. But then, I found out that, once you start getting cool with them, you're going to get poisoned. If y'all become boys, then if he messes up on a play, you may not say that because y'all cool now. And you don't want to put him out there. You don't want to disrespect the player. So then you going to say more positive things than anything negative because you know him. And maybe if you say something negative, that player might come back and check you. Maybe you don't want to lose that relationship. So maybe you don't say those things. That's real. I did it. I don't do it no more. And that don't mean I hate on players. Like, this is why we watch them. But if you become great friends with these players, you ain't going to give no honest view of that player no more. No, you're not. I don't care what nobody tell me. No, you ain't. Unless y'all have that. Y'all boys, and it don't matter. You still gonna tread lightly in what you say. So that's why a lot of people don't want to offend him, probably because they don't want to mess up that relationship or anything they got with him or could have. That's real. But I don't think Jesse, what he said was crazy. I don't think he was disrespecting Micah. I think he was just saying that he don't think Micah want to put in that work to play that position. He wants to get them sacks. Why are we mad at that? It's no hate towards Micah. Chill out. Just want him to see if he want to step up and take it to another level. We'll see how this draft goes, but that's just my quick thoughts on it. I don't think, people just blew it up. Twitter people just blew it up and took it somewhere they didn't need to go. And that's why I hate the internet. I hate social media sometimes because if we didn't have none of this, we would have never known. This social media is just terrible sometimes. But anyway, that's my quick video. Let's get it, man. It's time to make it happen. We're here at the Senior Bowl. We're in Mobile, Alabama. We're ready to do the damn thing. We hit the spot tomorrow at 7 in the morning. 9:30 is the first practice, and let's get it. We're going to have a bunch of tape, a bunch of breakdowns from myself, Dallas Cowboys, Big Game James, Joe Castro. We'll be going hard in the paint. We're about to go meet up and get our little plan together for the week. And then just be looking out for the shows, baby. You know what it is. Big Game James. I'm out, dog. Peace.